Hey everyone, welcome back to Feel English Podcast. I'm Anna.
And I'm Jake. Thanks for joining us today.
So, Jake, have you ever noticed how much pressure we put on ourselves because of expectations?
Oh, yes, all the time. We expect our jobs to be perfect, our friends to always understand us, and our plans to go smoothly. But life rarely follows our plans, right?
Exactly. And when it doesn't, we feel frustrated or even disappointed. That's what today's episode is about. When you stop expecting too much.
That's such a great topic. I think everyone, no matter where they're from, has felt that kind of pressure.
Totally. And by the way, if you enjoy practicing English with us, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this podcast with a friend.
Yes, and we'd love to hear your opinions too. Have you ever felt a friend drifting away? What happened, and how did you feel?
All right, let's get started.
So, when I think about expectations, I remember how I used to plan every detail of my life. I thought, if I work hard, everything will go my way. But it didn't.
I've been there. I used to expect people to treat me exactly how I treated them. But I realized people are different. Everyone has their own way of showing care.
Yeah, that's a big one. There's a phrase I like, expectation is the root of disappointment. It means when we expect too much, we often end up unhappy.
True, but expectations aren't always bad. Sometimes they motivate us. The problem is when they become too high or too fixed.
Like thinking, if my friend doesn't text me back quickly, they don't care.
Exactly. That's an unrealistic expectation. Maybe they're just busy.
It's funny how we create stress in our minds, isn't it?
Yes, it's like we build an invisible box, then get upset when life doesn't fit inside it.
That's such a good way to say it. Maybe what we need is more flexibility, more acceptance that things change.
I agree. And that's what we'll talk about next. What happens when reality doesn't match our expectations?
So, Anna, you mentioned reality not matching our expectations. I think everyone's experienced that at some point.
For sure. Like when you start a new job thinking it'll be exciting, but after a few months, it just feels ordinary.
Yeah. I remember my first office job. I imagined teamwork, creativity, big projects, but in reality, it was long emails and slow meetings. Reality hit hard.
Oh, I know that feeling. I once moved to a new city expecting it to be full of opportunities and fun people, but for the first few months, I was lonely. I didn't know anyone.
That's tough. It shows how our minds build a picture before life even begins to happen. And when the real picture looks different, we feel let down.
Exactly. There's a phrase that fits. Things are not always as they seem. It means what we imagine isn't always what we get.
I like that one. It reminds me that expectations are like filters. They make us see what we want, not what is.
So true. But when we finally stop comparing reality to our dream version, we start noticing small good things, things we usually miss.
Right. Like how quiet mornings can feel peaceful once you stop expecting excitement all the time.
Or how doing simple things like cooking or walking becomes enjoyable when you don't expect it to be amazing, just enough.
I think that's the key word, enough. When we say, this is enough, we accept reality as it is. It doesn't mean giving up, it means seeing clearly.
Yes, and that's something English learners can connect to too. When you stop expecting to speak perfectly, you start speaking more naturally.
Oh, I love that connection. It's the same in life. Progress over perfection.
So maybe the lesson here is when reality feels different, it's not wrong. It's just life's way of saying, slow down and see what's real.
Well said, Anna. And speaking of slowing down, I think the next step is learning to let go.
Exactly. Let's dive into that in the next part, how we can release those heavy expectations and feel lighter.
So, Jake, we've talked about how expectations can disappoint us. Now let's talk about something that sounds simple but is really powerful: letting go.
Yeah, easier said than done, right?
Definitely. But when we let go, it doesn't mean we stop caring. It means we stop forcing things to happen in a certain way.
That's such a good point. A lot of people think letting go means giving up, but really it's about trusting life a bit more.
Exactly. There's an expression, go with the flow. It means to move with what's happening instead of fighting it.
I used to struggle with that. I wanted everything to be perfect: work, relationships, even my daily schedule. But it just made me tired.
Oh, I've been there too. Once I planned a birthday party for a friend. I wanted it to be perfect: decorations, food, timing, but things kept going wrong. I almost cried.
What happened?
At some point, I just stopped trying to control everything. And guess what? Everyone still had fun. It turned out great. Not because it was perfect, but because I relaxed.
That's a perfect example. When we hold too tightly, we create pressure for ourselves and others. But when we let go, we create space for things to flow naturally.
Exactly. It's like holding sand in your hand. The tighter you squeeze, the more it slips away.
Wow, that's a beautiful image. And it's true in relationships, work, even learning English. When you stop worrying about mistakes, you start enjoying the process.
Yes. And here's another phrase: take it easy. It means don't stress too much, just breathe and do your best.
That's such good advice. Letting go is really about trust, trusting that even if things don't go our way, they might still be okay.
And maybe even better than we planned. Sometimes life surprises us when we stop trying to control every detail.
That's right. Coming up next, we'll talk about how expectations affect our relationships, because that's where this idea really gets personal.
Yes, and maybe emotional too. Let's go there. All right, Jake. Let's talk about expectations in relationships. That's a big one.
Oh, yes. Whether it's friendship, family, or love, expectations can build or break a connection.
Exactly. I remember when I used to expect my best friend to always be there for me, to text back quickly, to listen whenever I needed her. But one day she was going through her own problems and couldn't talk much. I felt hurt.
I get that. I've done the same. It's easy to forget that people have their own lives and limits. When they don't meet our expectations, we think they've changed or don't care.
Right. But the truth is, love and friendship aren't about always being available. They're about understanding and trusting.
Well said. There's an expression: give people space. It means allowing others time to breathe and be themselves without pressure.
I like that. I think healthy relationships grow when we stop expecting people to complete us and instead let them be themselves.
Yes, I used to expect my partner to always make me happy, but that's too heavy for anyone. Happiness has to start inside.
Absolutely. And when we stop expecting others to fix us, we start enjoying who they truly are, not who we want them to be.
You know, one of my friends once told me, unspoken expectations are pre-planned disappointments. It really stayed with me.
Wow, that's powerful. So true. Sometimes we don't even tell people what we want. We just assume they should know.
Exactly. And when they don't, we get upset. But communication is key. Saying how you feel calmly helps more than expecting them to guess.
Yes, and it's also important to listen, not just wait for your turn to talk. That's how understanding grows.
I think that's what real connection is about: giving love freely, not as an exchange or checklist.
Beautifully said. When we love without heavy expectations, relationships feel lighter, warmer, and more real.
So true. And maybe that's what we'll explore next is how this mindset helps us find joy in the simple things.
Perfect. Let's move there.
So Anna, now that we've talked about expectations and relationships, let's explore something brighter, finding joy in the simple things.
I love that. Once you stop expecting too much, life suddenly feels lighter. Even small things start to make you happy.
Exactly. Like having a quiet cup of coffee in the morning, or walking outside and feeling the sun on your face.
Yes, or hearing a friend laugh, or cooking something simple that actually tastes good.
Right. There's a phrase I really like, appreciate the little things. It means notice and enjoy the small moments that make life beautiful.
That's such an important mindset. I used to chase big goals all the time: better job, bigger house, more success. But when I finally reached some of them, I still felt empty.
Yeah, because happiness doesn't come from more. It comes from enough.
Exactly. I remember once sitting at the beach after a long day. I had no plans, no phone, just me and the sound of the waves. For the first time, I felt peaceful. That's when I realized contentment isn't about getting everything you want, it's about loving what you already have.
That's such a good line. It reminds me of another expression, count your blessings. It means think about what you already have, not what you're missing.
Yes, and when you live that way, your mood changes. You stop comparing, stop rushing, and start smiling more.
I've noticed that too. When I stopped expecting every weekend to be exciting, I started enjoying simple things. Cooking, reading, calling my parents.
That's so sweet. And for English learners, this attitude helps too. Don't expect to be fluent overnight. Enjoy each word, each small improvement.
I love that. Every small step counts. And honestly, simple joy is what makes life meaningful.
True. It's like discovering that peace doesn't come from perfect plans, but from an open heart.
Beautifully said, Anna. And that takes us to our final part, how living with fewer expectations can make life more free and fulfilling.
I can't wait for that one. Let's go. So, Jake, here we are, the final part. Living freely by expecting less. Sounds simple, but it changes everything, doesn't it?
It really does. When we stop expecting too much from life or people, we start breathing easier. It's like setting down a heavy backpack we didn't know we were carrying.
I love that image. You finally have space to notice what's real, the present moment.
Exactly. There's a phrase I often think about. Let life surprise you. It means leave some space for unexpected joy instead of planning every detail.
That's so good. I think expectations often come from fear. Fear of losing control or not being enough. But when you trust life, you discover freedom.
Yes. Freedom to make mistakes, to start over, to enjoy what's right in front of you.
I remember when I stopped expecting my career to be a straight path. Once I accepted that it would twist and turn, I actually started enjoying the journey more.
Same here. I used to expect myself to always be confident, always have answers, but now I'm okay with not knowing. It's peaceful to say, I'm learning.
That's a great point. There's another phrase, take life as it comes. It means face each day with openness, without overthinking what might go wrong.
Yes, because sometimes when you let go of control, life brings something better than what you expected.
Exactly. It's like how some of the best friendships or opportunities happen by accident, not by planning.
And maybe that's the beauty of it. When you stop expecting too much, you start experiencing more.
That's such a wonderful way to put it. So, to everyone listening, if you're feeling tired or disappointed, try expecting less. Not because you don't care, but because you want to live lighter and freer.
Beautiful message, Anna. All right, let's wrap this up with a short reflection.
Jake,
Today's talk reminded me that life becomes softer when we let it flow.
I feel the same. We can't control everything. People, plans, or outcomes. But we can choose how we see them.
Right. When we expect less, we make more space for peace, gratitude, and real connection.
And that's what learning English and life is all about. Progress, not perfection.
Exactly. So take a deep breath, slow down, and appreciate what's already around you. You're doing better than you think.
Thanks for listening, everyone. And remember, real English is about connection, not perfection.
See you next time on Feel English Podcast.